Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Colon with the Boys podcast. My name is Ascen, and I'm here with my co-host Nathan.
What up?
That part makes Zaretta laugh every single time, by the way. She texted me.
I know. That's why I keep doing it.
That's why you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep sounding like a jackwagon.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a good reason.
If I can make one person laugh, my day's complete.
That's probably just one person.
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, today our guest is the Asian Invasion X, the founder of the Nerd Nation community, or simply just Thien, not to be confused with the number 10.
Tin.
So,
T-I-N.
Yeah, tin. Like
Yep.
copper and tin to make bronze.
Yeah, don't call him 10. He
Yeah.
got mad.
Yeah, we called him 10, and he was like, you guys, I really need to get your priorities straight, and I don't know if I can do this podcast anymore. And we had to apologize for about 30 minutes. Had to do a real long apology before he agreed to get back on. But yeah, just letting you guys out there know. So
Yep.
anyway, he's a popular streamer on the Twitch platform where he likes to spend his nights partying with his viewers with a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
Usually, which it's not my choice of liquor, but you know, to each their own. And today we talked to him about switching from YouTube to Twitch, content creation, and drinking anything but gin, which is weird because one of my favorite alcoholic drinks is gin and tonic, so that sucks.
Super good one, yep.
All right, guys, sit back and open a cold one.
I just wanna crack it, go up with that boys, yeah. No more baby mamas, no more kids to watch, cause I got babysitters. Now it's time for liquor, come on, give it to me, cause it's my escape. Now it's time to annihilate, let my troubles all die away. I'm on a diet, please do not try this, cause do not invite it. I'm dripping in go call the Midas. This night I was excited, it got me reignited. I've been waiting so long I can't fight it, but now I'm Mike Tyson inside, I'm on fire.
We were having a discussion actually just before you got in here, and I was like, man, like, because I was trying to figure out how to name the episode, and typically we just put the person's like Twitch handle on here, and it's just for our records or whatever. And I was like, well, how do you spell his name? And he's like, Tin, and I was like, what? So we had this discussion. He's like, don't call him 10, like the number 10. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I'm going to end up calling you Tim, 10. So I'm sorry if
You're now Tim the Tap Man.
Oh, okay, sure. That'll be,
You're like,
that'll
I'll
be
take it.
clickbait as hell.
Yeah.
Interview with Tim the Tap Man. Like, no.
we'll just spell it Thien.
Who's this guy? Tim the Tap Man?
I
What?
mean, you can put in like the handle like Asian Invasion or whatever too. Either one works.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do Asian Invasion.
It's actually pretty
we'll have
funny.
all the links.
I had this discussion with a couple of my viewers that are from the South that don't pronounce tin as tin. They say 10. They literally say the word as 10 both ways. And I'm like, wait, all right, what's the number? Like 10. I'm like, how do you say my name? 10. I'm like, that sounds exactly the same. Like,
You got it backwards. I live in Oklahoma, and we say 10. Like, whenever we say, like, the number 10, we just say 10, like 10, T-I-N. So that's how I
totally
pronounce
different.
10.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
10.
8,
Oh, man.
9, 10.
Calm down now.
No, when I first saw
Lord.
your name, I actually, like back in Kaleidoscopic Artists, I pronounced it like either Thien or Thien. Because that's just how it
totally,
looks.
like, that's totally fair. I mean, phonetically, it's spelled such a weird way, you know.
But
Funny
Yeah.
story though is when I've grown up with this problem all my life, and it started in kindergarten. So I'm Vietnamese, and the name is obviously pronounced differently in Vietnamese. It's actually Thien with a really weird accent behind it. But in kindergarten, when I was first exposed to all these other people trying to learn my name, teacher included, she would call out and would be like Thien, Thien, whatever, and I would just keep correcting her in the Vietnamese pronunciation, and she couldn't get the accent down, and that's when I realized this is literally why my name is Tin. I just realized like I gotta simplify this, and I said it's just Tin, and everyone it just stuck, and so I could have said it's Tien or Thien or Thien, but I went with Tin, and from then on I just stuck with it. So
Yeah.
I guess partially I created my own name. So bad.
I completely feel your pain.
Yeah, dude, you got so much crap growing up.
Like, all right, so I guess this is a little small story here. When I first moved to the United States in 1998, they actually spelled my name. I actually had to get a court changed on spelling, because when I moved here, my name was spelled Assen.
Oh,
So it was like
I love it.
ass. Yeah. So until I think it was like seventh grade or something that I got it changed.
Wow. Okay.
And until then, like every substitute teacher or teacher on the first day of school would call me Assen.
Let me get in that ass, Assen. Oh, Jesus.
And now I have a different problem. Now it's Asen. Like that's what I get the most, which I get. I mean,
Well, it's Ace with an N on it.
Yeah, it's an Ace with an N on it, I guess.
That's what I'm gonna start calling you, Asen.
Asen.
Wow. You too, huh?
I absolutely cannot do that. It really irks me when people say Asen. I'm just like, no.
It probably irks you more than it irks me.
Probably.
You could get the dyslexic bunch and get acne too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've like every time I've well, not me personally, because I don't use my own name in texts, but when people text me, I get acne a lot.
Oh, the autocorrect is real.
Yeah, the autocorrect is real on that, man.
I get Thorn a lot for autocorrect.
Thorn?
Not a
Thorn,
bad
yeah.
name though.
That's pretty badass.
Thorn.
Thorn.
Just a thorn in someone's ass. That sucks.
Hell yeah.
Thorn in someone's ass, and yep.
There we go. Full circle.
Full circle.
I love it.
Yeah, I remember one time I was out of state in high school, and this was actually when my name was changed already. So I don't know how they messed it up this way, but I was out of state in a competition. We were in a hotel room, and like room service called our hotel room, or not room service, whatever the desk called
The front desk.
up, and they were like, one of my friends picked up, and the person at the front desk was like, "Hi, is this Mr. Assen?" And I'm like, and they just started busting out laughing. And I was like, "Why are you laughing?" They're like, "Dude, they just said Assen." And I was like, "What the hell?
That's awesome.
Who messes that up with a
I
C?"
love it.
Was that for your
yeah,
nerdy
wow.
band stuff?
Yeah, dude, that's what I
Yeah.
do.
Nerdy
Yeah.
band stuff.
Yeah, he was a band.
Yeah.
geek.
In high school, I used to be a band geek, and I did a lot of competitions with the band around the U.S. We actually, I mean, to take you down a rabbit hole of how nerdy I actually am, in ninth grade we won nationals.
Damn.
So
Marching
So that's
band.
how-
What did you play in that?
alto saxophone.
Nice.
Yeah. So every time you get like a follower on your stream, I'm like, oh yeah,
That's you.
that's me.
Epic sax guy. Love it.
Yeah,
Whatever happened with Kaleidoscope, by the way? I was only ever in it when Ralph was in it.
Yeah. That's how we met, because I know Ralph's cousin Chris. That's how I got into Kaleidoscopic. But I mean, I stopped doing music in 2014, and I know Kaleidoscopic was around in like 2012 or something like that. I was way
Really far
Way
back
back.
there, yeah.
and
You're gonna have to fill me in because I have no idea what kaleidoscopic is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna let Asen do that.
okay.
I was
So there
less
was-
in it than yeah.
I don't even know what the group was called. That's just eventually what it became, is Kaleidoscopic Artists. Before that, it was like, I don't know. It was a gathering of content creators.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
There's a Facebook
I-
group, and yeah.
yeah, I went into it making music. Same with Ralph. He was making like 8-bit like chip tunes.
Yep.
And then Tin had YouTube videos at the time, which I do want to talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, he made YouTube videos. And so everyone would kind of post into this group and just add people in that were different content creators. And it was just kind of a way to
grow a community, I guess.
Yeah, to grow a community in that sense. And then it just kind of fell apart. Like people just stopped posting. I stopped posting whenever I stopped making music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I never left it. So unless someone disbanded it or something, I'm probably still in it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever left it either. And to be honest, like this goes into the whole community building thing. It's very common for especially Facebook group communities for it to be a lot of take and not give kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
support wise, everyone was posting their content. There was always someone posting, their music, their channels, their artwork and stuff like that. And there were very few likes on things, very few feedback, and it would just be, piled up with the next thing the next day and so on. So that's a big thing you run into for those kind of groups. It's a lot of promotional, but not a lot of support coming back for you.
Yeah. I'm guessing a lot of people look into groups like that and they're like, oh, I need to do this to get my name out there. But really, that's not what it should be used for.
No, you got to build those things very carefully.
Yeah, it should be used more for like collaborations. Like, do you remember Chelsea Walker in there?
Yeah, she's one of my IRL friends. We went to school together.
Oh, really? Okay, well,
Yes.
There you go. So one of my songs, I don't know her in real life. I just met her through Kaleidoscopic, but she did the vocals for my song "Empty Absence," like my dubstep song. So she did the vocals for that, and it was just really cool to collab with some of those people. It's just, yeah, I didn't see a lot of that in there, other than people posting up their stuff. But I mean, I also didn't pay attention much to it either. So I guess I'm part of the problem. I don't know.
Yeah, you are the problem. Way to go, dude. You're probably the one that shut that group down. Congratulations.
Oh
Probably.
In all honesty, it's mostly when people are starting out that they look for those kind of groups and don't quite understand the whole essence of community and collaborations and stuff to the full extent yet. Right. And that's where everyone falls through. Once they get their stuff out there, once they get a little bit bigger, they realize that those kind of groups actually don't really help you. And you kind of just branch out and keep doing your own thing until you find a group like it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I can get that. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to hit on the YouTube thing. So you started out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, what is, well, first of all, I hadn't talked to you in like, since Kaleidoscopic, I just like off the map, I was doing my own thing. You were doing your own thing, and you were building this huge community that you have now. And like, I was just completely oblivious to all that. But when I talked to you, I was still in my mind. I was like, oh, this guy's a YouTuber. And then you were like, no, I completely switched to Twitch, dude. And so yeah, tell me a little bit about like what made that switch.
To be honest, okay, so it might be a little bit long-winded, but I'll try to.
No, you're good.
Make it
It's a podcast, dude.
That's true. So coming onto YouTube, I was influenced by a lot of like YouTube creators like Markiplier and like at the time like Minecrafters like Captain Sparkles and stuff, and other gamers of the like, and seeing what YouTube was at the time, I loved Rocket Jump. I loved all those channels, absolutely amazing, and I was very inspired to do a channel. Twitch wasn't quite as big back then. It never caught my eye. I think back then it was Justin TV still.
Yeah.
But the problem with a growing YouTube channel and community is that at that point in time, YouTube was already super flooded with thousands of creators doing the same thing you're doing, unless you could stand out. I did my best to stand out, and even then, I wasn't very good at networking and marketing just yet. So, a lot of my promotional efforts just came off as like really shitty promotional efforts. It was mostly just like, throwing myself out there. Hey, look at me, like an annoying 10-year-old.
Right.
I'm happy to admit that. And it doesn't work for anybody. But at that point, I was definitely still younger and not really understanding it. When I did finally start getting more subscribers, I think I peaked at like 5,000 or so, which was pretty significant for YouTube
that's the
at the time.
That's the last video you had up was your 5,000 hit like
Yeah.
sub video that I saw. Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching. It's about it's just once I got to that point and I looked at my numbers, like you shouldn't really look at your numbers unless you want to really take you seriously because it'll put you down even more.
Right.
But
Right.
knowing you have 5,000 subs and knowing that your video views per video average was like at 100 at best, like what the hell is going on with the rest, like the 4,900 people? You know, like
Yeah.
where are you? Are you ghost accounts? Like,
Right.
what do I have to do to like, was it YouTube that wasn't putting it out there correctly to the subscribers? Was it me? Was it just like follow for follow kind of thing? Like what happened there? And eventually the whole like lack of feedback per viewership also got to me. And then I just completely fell off of the gaming wagon. I had a lot more fun doing the vlogs, the Loot Crate unboxings and stuff like that. But as far as gaming went, I still wanted to game. And
Right.
one day, me and a couple of shout outs here, Unknown Serenity, Paragate Plays, and Synodon Games, the four of us would hang out every night and play like League of Legends or Speedrunners or whatever it was, you know. And one day we just decided, one day we decided, hey, like we keep watching these people on Twitch. This is pretty cool. Why don't we try it too? Like we're gaming anyways. Why the hell not? So we all started up our own channels. And I at one point I felt a little clogged up playing games multiplayer wise. I had a lot of fun with them, but when I researched Twitch more and wanted to actually maybe do something with it, I realized that multiplayer games don't bring people in as much as single player games. And at that point I was obsessed with The Binding of Isaac. So I pulled up The Binding of Isaac and I was streaming that one day, and you know my friends were there to support, and you know I was sitting there with like the 4 viewers or whatever, and a couple of viewers trickled in because Binding of Isaac was a very like niche place on Twitch at the time.
Right.
And people would come in, and at that point I had like hundreds of hours in the game, so I was semi-knowledgeable, had decent gameplay, and people were like coming back, and I was like, wait, what? Like you're enjoying this enough to come back, even if it was 1 or 2 people trickling in.
Right.
And eventually I kind of picked up on it, created my panels, got myself out there a little bit more unique in the streams, made up like community nights and things like that. And at this point we were just using Skype. Like every time I found a new viewer that wanted to hang out with us, we would go into a Skype group, and it maxed out at 25. And eventually I realized we had this cool little tiny community. So then Discord came around later on, and I brought everyone over to the Discord because we needed a place for more people to be able to chat with. And Discord quickly became what we call as like home base, or you know, headquarters, behind the scenes kind of thing, where people all hang out without being in the channel. As you guys all know, you guys have your own Discord channel, and it's built in such a way that you can create those roles and do all this and that. And there's tons of bots for it. It's so easy to interact with the people there when you're not streaming. And then the feedback was the biggest thing. Like I said, you got no feedback on YouTube videos as much as you get feedback in real time while playing games on Twitch. That was beautiful, and that kind of just it motivated me and inspired me to keep on pushing for more. And then I eventually branched out of the Binding of Isaac phase, became a variety streamer, and now I'm at where I'm at now. That's
TLDR.
Nice, man.
TLDR.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Binding of Isaac actually reminds me a lot of what you're playing a lot right now on stream, is the Enter the Gungeon.
Absolutely. I love those indie games, roguelike and dungeon crawling games. Those are definitely my favorite things to do as a single player gamer.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely on the same, same genre
Style,
of gameplay, but
man, I felt super bad. Yesterday, I think it was, I came into the stream and I dropped you a dono and you had to do your little morphing thing, and then you just stood there and died. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? He's just sitting there. And then he's like, man, you don't even know what you just did. I was like, oh no.
No, but obviously donos are appreciated, and those gimmicks are there for you to get back something for donating. Like
right.
You see a lot of big streamers, like let's just say Ninja, you know, like he gets donos every second in his stream, but he can't do anything but continue playing games.
Right.
And for me, being a smaller streamer, I wanted give back in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's through that alert GIF or through some sort of silly gimmick. Although it cost me a lot of gameplay time, but
Hey, I mean, things like that really are. I would call them like brilliant. It's something that you need to do. Like you with the morphing time thing. Later on in that same stream, I think it was probably like 20 minutes later, you were on a boss, like some dragon boss, and one of your viewers like gave you another donation, so you had to do it in the middle of the boss fight, and just that thing that you've made that commitment to do the morphin time thing, that like it makes people want to donate in hard parts of the game just to screw you
just
up.
fucking trolling, dude. Twitch chat at its best, trolls to the end, man.
Oh, absolutely. And the best part too is like they don't donate unless they really want to support at the same time.
Right.
So
right.
At first, when I like, let's be real. At first, when I implemented it and looking from an outside perspective, I was like, I hope people don't feel like I'm baiting them to donate money.
Right.
Because
like
I've got a job. It's all good. And like if I could go full time streaming, then yes, I do have to be dependent on donations and stuff. But at the moment, like it's completely up to them. And if they choose to, I had to like get myself to not feel bad about it. And that takes some time when, like if people are throwing $5 at you at a time, and it's just really weird at first. I don't know. Like sometimes donations are just very, very iffy. Money is what we're all going for. If you're going for full time, you can't be. No full time streamer is going to say, "Oh, I'm not in it for the money." Sorry, but you kind of need money to survive to keep on. So let's be real. Like, let's sit down and be real about that. You don't have to be humble about it, sure, but don't trick yourself into thinking that you don't need money.
Yeah,
I feel like we can all be adults and agree on that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole transaction of the thing. You're adding something, and like you said, it's not about trying to bait people into donating to you, but not only are they supporting you, but you're giving back to them. So it's not a way to bait them. It's just giving them more of a reason. Like, it gives them something for it. So it's more of a transaction than them just throwing money at you.
Yeah, because a lot of times you see streamers, they receive a dono. The only thing they can do is really just thank you. They can thank you from the bottom of their heart. And I mean, and then that's not hating on anybody. That's all you can do when it happens. But when you can figure out somewhat of like unique and creative ways to add on to it, it helps out. Such as like the Dragon Balls, when you subscribe to the channel, you get like a Dragon Ball kind of thing. And if you get all 7, I do this thing where you summon Shenron and you get a wish. And the stream can, all wish for one thing, and it happens. So like the little gimmicks like that just add on to the fun.
Yeah, stuff like that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really like stuff like that. Also, on the stream, and I have watched a few like older streams as well, and it seems to be a reoccurring theme. Is you drinking tequila?
Oh man, I love my tequila. I have a bottle right here. Cheers, guys.
Oh man,
cheers.
Hell yeah, man. So I also like when you're not streaming, your real job, you're a bartender, from what I understood, right?
I'm a bartender and a server at a restaurant here. Yes.
Nice. So do you get your? Well, I mean, I guess I can ask this question. Do you get your love of tequila from bartending, or have you always had a love for tequila?
It's not just tequila. Let's be real. I will drink anything but gin.
Anything but gin. Come on,
anything
now.
but gin. I'm not a gin guy. I'm sorry. Actually, I would say my knowledge and love of alcohol is what led me into the bartending gig. I was a server at first. I came into the restaurant industry as a busser, moved my way up to a runner and expediter in the kitchen, serving, and then taking on a shift of bartending to learn with the bar manager at my place. And he taught me a lot, and it's become like a real like fun skill set to have in case I wanted to move on to the next part of, or the next restaurant or something down the road and have it.
Right.
But I'm going to be really, I mean, I was a partier in college when I could be, and in high school, it carried over. And that's basically, I mean, like, who doesn't like to have a good drink with somebody, right?
Right.
Hell yeah.
And like a lot of the times at like conventions, it's mostly like I you wouldn't know, but nerds love to fucking party.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
like hardcore. So like at TwitchCon or Comic Cons and stuff, like it's all at the after parties and everyone's getting lit and it's great. So kind of just carries over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do tequila, but I do like partying. I've just over time, when I went to college, I had I went to especially one year I was going to a party every other day.
Hmm.
Uh and I've just built up such a tolerance at this point that it takes way too long to get me anywhere.
You're just
So
drinking the
I
wrong
don't
stuff.
drink.
I
I
know, right?
guess so. I guess I have to just start drinking Everclear
Rough.
to get anywhere.
God damn. Yeah, I know.
So
I like my liquor for sure. I love beer, but in the in the college years, it was fine. My metabolism was still good, but recently, beer is just putting on that belly hard
Oh
body.
yeah.
oh yeah.
And it's like I sit on a computer for like 16 hours a day. I don't get physical shit done unless I'm at work, and that's walking back and forth between a bar. It doesn't really, I can't justify that much beer drinking with the
Right.
lack of exercise. And then, yeah, I got to try to stay quote unquote healthy, although
Mhm.
that's very contradicting since I'm guzzling, liquor. But there's a balance in there. I know I got to find, but
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I just started going back to the gym, getting back into shape. I've been married for 5 years and I just tanked my health. I was in good shape, got married, didn't care anymore. And so now I'm in that process of trying to crawl back into shape. And it
Mhm.
sucks because I just developed the taste. Like, I started enjoying uh, the craft beers that have been coming out. And in my town, they're just now starting to pop up with the breweries. And like, I've been
That's
going up there on
awesome.
Fridays after work. I'm a dark beer drinker now. Like a stout is my go-to thing. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, how many carbs and stuff I'm ingesting? It sucks because I always hated beer when I was younger. And then I'm at where
Yeah.
I'm at now and I can't have it and I like it. I'm like, piss. So screwed myself, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh, if you guys I'm sorry. I mean, I know you're editing this, but if you guys hear any random sound, it's my roommates upstairs. Sorry.
That's
I
not a
haven't
big
heard
deal,
anything.
man.
Oh, thank God.
Tell
Unless
them
we
to
hear
come
like
down.
a really loud moaning or something, then I'll make sure and edit it out.
I mean, or keep it in. It could be interesting. I don't know, but
Yeah, we can talk about it. So on the stream, do you like I've seen you play puzzle games on there, Enter the Gungeon, things like that. Do
Mhm.
you switch? How often would you say you switch a game up, like on what you play on the stream?
I basically always have a rotation of a few games. Like currently, it's the Enter the Gungeon, Pokemon. Sometimes Pokemon Fire Red, where when I'm feeling it, I name people after the Pokemon or whatever, or the Pokemon after the people.
Hell yeah!
And it's actually pretty funny. Not to get off track too hard, but in the recent playthrough, I captured a Spearow, named it Mary Molly after a viewer, and forgot that there was a point in the game where you can trade Spearow for a Farfetch, so I traded her away.
Oh, no.
I also captured an Abra, named it Shanini, traded that away for a Mr. Mime. It's the only way
Right.
to get the Pokemon. I mean, what am I
Yep.
going to do?
Yep.
Gotta complete the Pokedex somehow. And they would come back in. I'm like, I am so sorry. You are non existent now. And they would freak out. Sorry. So between those two games, I might go back to Binding of Isaac eventually. I heard a new X Pack came out, and Dungreed. So those like 4 games are my main go-to sit down and play, and able to keep track of the chat. I choose
Mhm.
games that are easy for me to play and pause in the game, and then talk, or do both at the same time. And sometimes I do viewer games. I picked up Overwatch again. I have occasionally done League nights and Jackbox games, party games like that. My only issue with those big multiplayer games is when I bring all those people into a voice chat, it is so overwhelming for me. Like 5 other
Oh, yeah.
people talking,
Yeah,
and then for the viewers to have to listen to 5, 6 voices going back and forth, is very hard. And that's in my personal opinion. It could be very easy for some people, but when I personally go into a stream and they're on voice chat with their teammates, I don't feel like I want to type in the chat. I don't want to, disrupt them from talking to them and all this stuff. And yeah, and in that case in point too, I'd never play anything ranked. I don't do competitive gaming because of that.
Right.
I know that I'm going to be distracted by the voices, distracted by my own stream chat, and not perform correctly or right, and then get raged on, and I'll rage, and it's just it's a mess. And then
I just don't.
Sorry,
go ahead.
And then there are the other single player games that are very, let's see, like let's take Skyrim. They're very immersive games that, or God of War that just came out, super immersive. I don't want to play a game that is so immersive that all I want to do is focus on the game and the story and veg out and just play,
Right.
I can't be my usual, like, super active and talking to chat and hyping things up when I'm playing those kinds of games. I feel like it takes away from the game and the experience for me as a gamer. So there's that. Unless I played the game before.
There's definitely a different view from, a few other Twitch streamers we've had on where they kind of stick to that more RPG, style games like God of War or like Nier Automata or Automata. I don't remember how to say it anymore.
Nier Automata, I think.
Automata, that's the one.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you say it. I'm dumb. But yeah, like they kind of cater more to that crowd and they do their own thing. And throughout the game they pause a lot to talk to chat and things like that. But I can definitely understand playing games where you can do that simultaneously while playing. That's really smart.
I can see that from both point of views too. Like, more power to the people who can play RPGs and keep their stream like lively. I don't think I can do that just because I enjoy watching. Like, I want to pay attention to the cutscenes, things like that. Right. And sometimes when a cutscene's happening, I feel like since I'm not talking, it's just weird. I have this certain level of energy in the stream that I always try to maintain, even when there's a lull in the chat. And with games like that, I just can't do it. I don't know. But for people that watch those kinds of games, I like an active chat. Let's go with that. I like an active chat and a lot of high energy. But I haven't found the niche in those games on Twitch. I haven't made a name for myself in that kind of category to be able to do it.
Yeah. Like, I would just, anytime, if you ever start playing an RPG game, I want to make sure and
show up
right when it's on a cutscene. So you can't pay attention to the cutscene.
That's effed up, dude.
Morphin time.
See, that's a really good point. I have so many freaking animations and sounds going off that I just can't play a game that's supposed to be immersive. It doesn't work.
You're like, I didn't even hear what that guy said in the cutscene. What the hell, man?
Why is that guy suddenly beheaded? Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So to each their own. Streamers can make it happen, and I'm just not one of them. That's all.
Yeah, and as far as like multiplayer games, like I like to be. I'm a competitive person in general, but I also just suck at a lot of video games.
True.
So it's true. Douche.
He rage quits so hard too. It's annoying sometimes.
I only rage quit hard on WoW.
So much PJ. Wait, on WoW? What?
Yeah. We play WoW.
We're big Warcraft fans.
Are we talking rage quitting in PvP, or are we talking like raid wiped and you're rage quitting?
PvP.
Okay,
PvP.
That's totally understandable. Never mind. I'm like, what, PvE?
Damn
You
it,
can't
we
rage
wiped
quit
out
on
a boss.
PvE, please.
No, you can't.
Nah.
Well,
I just
you can, because I
If
used
you're
to
on
run
a
like
of like a dungeon, then sure, I guess, but
it's different
with
for a
raids,
raid
it comes
leader.
back down. It comes back down in raids to the whole, how you said, having 5 people in your Discord at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way with like Nathan was a raid leader for when we did raids, and like having 15 people together to do a raid was almost like herding cats, because everyone would want to try and say something funny, or it wasn't focused. So I could definitely
That's
see
hilarious.
him rage quitting on that or wanting to.
Funny enough, I during just the Lich King era, I was a raid and guild leader as well, and the main tank. I eventually passed the raid leader torch over to someone else because I was just done with it. You're right. It is actually pretty rage inducing now that I'm thinking back to wiping on just Marrowgar when he first came out. Holy crap. Normal 10-man Marrowgar. And like on attempt 15, I was about to flip my desk. So I hear you. Yeah. You're right.
Yep. It's all
that's
coming
what
back.
People live for.
It's all coming back. I'm sorry. What was that?
I would say that's what people live for on the streams is for you to flip your desk over and raid really hard.
Dude, see, that's why I couldn't be a streamer, because like the amount of stuff I would spout out and things that I would throw, and it'd just be a bad deal. I don't think I could do it.
Insta ban.
Yeah, probably.
Man.
But yeah, back to like the multiplayer games. That's like for example, I'm a decent PUBG player. I'm a decent. I don't play Fortnite, but
I'm sorry, your friend is great at heckling you here.
I know he is. Hey, until you got your new computer, you sucked. Okay.
True.
And now that you have your new computer, now you're better than me because you have a better computer.
That is
so I'm
true.
gonna blame it on that. And then like Overwatch, I've kind of always just sucked at that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just like multiplayer games. The only like if I were ever to start streaming, the only reason people would watch me is to watch me rage.
Probably
on shit like that, because I'd have to stick to single player games as well in that sense. Because multiplayer games, man, you're completely right. Unless you're already big, there's a lot of viewers that watch the multiplayer games. I mean, obviously Fortnite's always like number one.
Yeah.
Right now on Twitch, but when you look in there, it's like those top streamers that just have like thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching them.
And so yeah, most of them are competitive and high ranking players, and that's why people watch them. Is for competitive games, I believe that most Twitch viewers go there for the plays, obviously, and to learn things. They're not going to learn off of someone who's casual. Casual players have to try to. Like casual players are more personalities, while pro players are pro players and turn into personalities due to it. But you don't see a pro player looking at the chat and answering every single thing.
No.
Oh, I mean, at that point, I don't think you can. Like, even if let's say tomorrow 10, you get on your stream and all of a sudden there's 11,000 people watching you, and the chat is insane where you can't keep up with it.
Slow mode. You just turn it on slow mode and hope for the best.
Yeah, so like you'd have to do either something like that, or you just have to have your game paused the whole time while you're talking to chat.
Yeah.
Or you just have to just play and just respond to whatever you can. But that's why I like people like Tim the Tap Man, because he is super entertaining while also being pretty damn good at most games that he's playing. Unlike, for example, I don't mean to shit on anyone. I think they're all, amazing people, but like, Shroud, Summit, I feel like those guys are not like, I guess as entertaining. I wouldn't say entertaining.
Their entire,
they just don't,
their entire entertainment value is in the gameplay. That's all.
Exactly. They're all, they're really, really, really good players. And, people are watching them mostly for the plays and pog jamming every time something happens.
Yeah.
So,
and to be honest, as a growing stream, your, I guess your brand and your inside jokes all come from your viewers eventually. And like the things that it's like, the doc had it all figured out. He is Dr. Disrespect. He created that character and then went live, and for other streamers that are up and coming, like Shroud, let's take Shroud as a perfect example. A lot of the jokes in Shroud streams are like player and viewer created jokes that all caught on in the stream. It's not like he came up with a lot of these things. Let's take like Wadu Heck. Fucking, I don't know if you guys watch him enough, but Wadu was a stream sniper. That a simple stream sniper that came on and would hunt down Shroud, not to kill him, just to run around in a trench coat and scream, Wadu Heck, over and over again. And he would find him all the freaking time. And eventually he became famous because of that. And Shroud and Wadu being together became like the next big thing, and it's amazing to see. And then Wadu started his stream. Now he's freaking huge and things like that. But like that wasn't even in Shroud's control. It was just someone else did that, and that blew him up even more. You know, it's great.
That is fucking amazing because I didn't know where that came from. The origin story you just told me there, and my girlfriend loves that term. She says it all the time.
Same with mine. Oh my god.
Yeah, like she just says it all the time. I was like, where did that come from? Like I thought it might have something to do with the do you know the way? Like I thought it had something to do with that, but
I will show you the way.
It's completely
and
she
even
probably
better
doesn't
with,
know where it comes from.
Even better with the Wadu thing. It went so far as to the point where Shroud literally would recognize the player before he got in like mic range. And he'd be like, oh, it's just Wadu. And he wouldn't kill him. He just let Wadu follow him around. And finally, he actually got a ban for it for a little bit, like a week ban because...
From Twitch?
From PUBG. So Pub banned him because he essentially... He's such a good player. He let Wadu follow him around, essentially putting Wadu in like the top 10, people alive all the time. And it was almost like helping somebody get to the top 10.
Oh, wow.
And
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so they banned him for a bit. It comes back on. He's like, Wadu, if you're listening, like, I'm sorry, but I have to kill you, like, no matter what now. So every time he saw him, from that point on, he would just murder him in cold blood, and Wadu would sound so sad. He'd be like, Wadu, heck. It's so beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. So does like, I mean, I guess through that has Wadu, does he stream like his own thing?
He streams now. He only says Wadu heck on his streams. He'll sing songs. Like he'll sing like the Pokemon theme song. And he'll be like, Wadu, Wadu, Wadu heck. Like it's so funny. I don't remember like his followers now. I think it was like 50,000 or some shit. It's kind of
wow.
Yeah, no, he has a huge following. He plays with Shroud now, and it's like he is Shroud's like personal Pokemon. Shroud understands everything that he says, even though all he's saying is what. Oh, I'm sorry, my numbers are off. 132,000 and his partner.
Wow.
Jesus.
But he understands what Wadu is saying, what he means. He'll be like, "Yo, Wadu, we're going east. There's a team over there." And Wadu will be like, "Wadu, Wadu." And he's like, "Yeah, you got the guy on the left, right? Got it. Okay."
It's like Han Solo and Chewbacca, dude.
Exactly. It's pretty funny.
That's fucking awesome. So he doesn't even talk to his streamer, like to his viewers or anything?
Shroud, he tries to.
He just says Wadu?
Oh, Wadu? Yeah, Wadu just says Wadu. Wadu heck.
Oh my god.
In various tones and such to kind of portray what he's trying to say.
Is he on cam?
He's never on cam, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, he'd have to be in some kind of costume or something.
Yeah.
No, but his character is always stripped down to his underwear and a trench coat. That is it.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's amazing. Wow. I'm gonna have to check that out now. I need to see this. But
gotta love it. I literally just DM'd you his videos, his previous videos, for your entertainment after.
Wow. That's awesome, man. So do you I guess do you ever plan to start uploading like YouTube videos ever again, or
like highlights?
Yeah, like highlights or I mean what a lot of other streamers do that start building a community is they have like some of their viewers just start posting things like highlight videos of them,
like the clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right now I have plans on reviving the YouTube channel in a small scale, but I'm not going for YouTube views or viewership or anything like that on it anymore, so I don't really care. But to, like you said, highlight and do news and stuff. I'm very focused on the community right now. I'm the founder of the Nerd Nation community on Discord and on Twitch, and I have been working behind the scenes with quite a few people to push that out instead. My stream is very important to me, but as well as the community that I'm running, because it's helping a lot of streamers. Streamers help each other, and it's wonderful. And because we're like a full community streaming under the same banner, there's a lot of people with their own clips and stuff, and I want to make compilations of all those clips to highlight streamers in this community.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
So there's videos like that I want to do. We're doing like a weekly news tab, a spotlight thing, stuff like that is what I'm really focused on. If I were to revive my own channel, yeah, we'll put the videos on there. But I also would put, I would start doing vlogs again. I really did enjoy vlogging. If it was like actually interesting, like not like every day of my life kind of vlog. I mean like
Right.
Twitch vlog, something big happened. I'm going to a convention, going to an event, so whatever. So I'd like to do those vlogs, and I really liked unboxing loot crates and things like that. That shit was so much fun. So I want to try to do that again, but no gameplay.
That's awesome. So, so you plan to make like a Nerd Nation kind of YouTube channel to
Exactly.
put up all that stuff, or like the leaders, I guess, in your community can post stuff in there to upload.
Yeah, so
kind of thing.
we have separate tabs. We have a tab for just Nerd Nation clips, and people all post their clips in there. We can pull those clips, convert them, and edit them ourselves, and make like a compilation video every like 2 weeks or month or so. I'm just working on so much other stuff that I can't take the time to edit myself. Maybe if I brought somebody on to help edit, that would be really cool. But that would all be voluntary, and it's hard to get voluntary help because, I mean, who wants to do things for free all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but eventually, eventually as the community grows, I hope to get something like that going because, everyone deserves to be highlighted, and just posting your clip alone doesn't get you that much exposure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. You bring someone onto the Nerd Nation community as a streamer, and they get recognized through these YouTube videos. And if people like them, they can go check them out and so on. It's definitely a great thing to do for new upcoming streamers.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of like what I'm doing, like starting from like 2 weeks ago, basically, is how, is just getting this community out there to be one of the like pillars of Twitch kind of thing. I'm really shooting big for this one.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, man. That is legit. I like that a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, is there any, like, for example, for your stream, for your personal stream, is there any new games that are coming out maybe this year or next year that you're looking forward to playing on stream?
No, I haven't really done my research yet. I've been very just stuck on the games that I have been playing. I do want to get a capture card and another monitor to do console gaming through. I feel like there's some exclusives that I'm definitely missing out on, and being able to play with other people on console, I've been lacking hardcore, and I want to be able to just open up that realm of things. I have been really wanting to play Guitar Hero, like hardcore
on stream.
That'd be some fun to watch on stream. Yeah.
Like I played Guitar Hero so much and Rock Band and stuff. I love it. I just don't have the equipment for it at the moment, and
Are you like really like a pro at it?
When I was younger, I was able to play on like expert mode for the guitar and the drum set. I don't know how I would fare now after so many years of not touching one. And like, I don't know. It's
like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I was really good at it. But I love music and everything, and the streams. The energy of the stream relies on music a lot of the times too. So being able to play all of our favorite songs. I heard there was this not emulator per se, but a version of Guitar Hero. I think it was called like Clone Hero or something on PC, where you can hook up a USB guitar and play through that. But people have made maps to any song. You're not limited to what Guitar Hero had released.
Oh, nice.
So I could take requests and play whatever. And so song requests could become more fun that way. And I would have a lot of fun with that.
That'd be legit.
Yeah, I think like there's a version of that called Audio Surf.
I might just seen Audio Surf. I think that's a total different. It's another rhythm game, but it's a whole other realm of rhythm game. It's not like
probably because like I randomly, like one of my songs on YouTube, like I looked it up one time and there was an Audio Surf version on someone else's channel, and I looked it up and I was like, so someone made it was a really simple song too, so I was like, I guess this is like the easy mode version of this game or something. I don't know why you'd pick this song, but all right. But yeah, that's awesome. I used to have I don't remember what it was called, but I used to have a game like that. I think it might have been on some kind of emulator or something that it was like Guitar Hero, except you used your keyboard. Like you had 5 keys on the keyboard that would count as the buttons.
Was it like you held the keyboard like a guitar too if you wanted to? I think it was like the keys of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like the F keys. Or you actually have to pick up your guitar, or I mean your keyboard and like hold it in that position.
Probably, but I probably key bound it to something else.
I feel like I've seen that too, and yeah, and like you just kind of hit the enter key as a strumming.
Uh huh.
I feel like if I was younger and my mom came in and I had my keyboard like a guitar, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?" Oh, I can see it, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I remember playing a game like that. But that would be awesome, dude. I'd love to watch Guitar Hero. I love playing Guitar Hero, especially like the later Guitar Heroes that had the drums and like Rock Band and those games.
If I could do just drums, I'd be so happy. But I don't think there's any way of doing it other than capture card and stuff. But then I would have to buy a drum set, and they're expensive as shit now. Plastic instruments have become super expensive now.
That's so crazy.
It's like
the controller for it.
Yeah, like the controller,
or
like the drum set and the guitars from Guitar Hero are up there now. If you're not like looking on eBay and stuff, if you're looking for like a brand new one, it's actually up there. You know, they used to be like what, $40-$50. It's 30 bucks maybe even. I think they're up, like some drum sets are like in the hundreds and stuff. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I guess once they stop making them, you have to pay a lot of money for them, I guess.
The worst was
I don't know why they ever stopped it. Those were so popular.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they kept the simplicity of Guitar Hero. 1, 2, and 3 were awesome, and as they kept going further, like Guitar Hero 5, I think was it now, has like 3 buttons, but was it 3 or 6 buttons, but now it's like different frets and stuff too. They tried to make it more and more like an actual guitar,
complex.
Yeah, so it took away from
the fun magic of it. Yeah.
The point of Guitar Hero is because, we couldn't actually play instruments, or maybe we could, but to bring it into a video game, like not make it complex. We have Guitarsmith for that. Like that's for learning guitar. I'm not trying to learn guitar. I just want to be able to play through the fire and flames, feel like a badass, but on a plastic instrument. Okay. Like,
yeah, it's going to be Guitar Hero 20 is going to be you like plugging in your actual guitar into the console and you're going to have to play.
Oh man.
It's going to be like Guitar Hero, like simulator.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Where you're actually playing the songs.
You got to purchase a real guitar, bro. Have fun spending.
Got to buy a Les Paul.
All right, man. Well, we've already like burned through an hour, so we're going to go ahead and move to our random thought of the day.
Go for it.
To close it out here. So this is kind of going back to the YouTube discussion a little bit, but so with a lot of people nowadays have a lot of complaints about YouTube and their like terms of service and how they're demonetizing videos a lot nowadays for things that may be considered offensive and things like that. Do you guys think that right now is an opportune time for a media company to start a video platform like YouTube?
Ooh, that is a solid question. I think, with YouTube essentially seeming like they're on their downfall, yes. If they could basically recreate what YouTube was in like 2014, I want to say 2014 was like the prime age of YouTube. And if they can kind of recreate a platform like that and better, then yeah, I think it would take some time for it to catch on, because YouTube is still such a monster. It's on every phone as an app. It's everywhere,
right,
no matter what. But so competing would be a little hard, but I think they could do it.
Yeah. Do you want to go next, Nathan?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's almost the same question as the whole thing with Twitch. I mean, Twitch is starting to tighten up their TOS, and there's people that are, like Doc's talking about coming out with his own platform because Twitch is pushing people. There's I personally don't think there's a way for anybody to compete with YouTube or Twitch at this point. They've monopolized the market, and sure, somebody else can come along and put something out there, and you could probably throw up some videos and become popular with the small crowd that comes to that website. Like, what is the thing Microsoft came out with? Mixer? Is that something like that?
Yeah, Mixer.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I haven't been over there. I'm sure they have a couple thousand views, to totaled the entire thing, and it's the Twitch haters, fuck Twitch, and that's where they go, and that's all they're gonna get. They're gonna get the people that got mad at the other platforms, and that's where they went.
Well, I'll put this out there. Mixer is actually, like, I didn't care for Mixer either, but they are up and coming. And there's only one reason is, to me, the only reason is because of their partnership program. One, it's backed by Microsoft. The money that they can funnel into this thing is insane. So when I was back at PAX East, Mixer had their own shuttle system for their partners, for their streamers.
Oh, damn.
Like, they didn't have to take an Uber, like, they didn't have to spend money on traveling between places. That is really cool incentive.
Right.
Things like that. Mixer has the Hype Zone, which is just a group of, like, a big channel group of people that go into individual streams to hype them up, like hundreds of people to up their views instantly, and makes them try harder in, like, PUBG and stuff and hype it all up. But Mixer is still very small. People that are going over there are expecting more viewership because there's less streamers, but in reality, it's going to become one of those things where the first streamers that were there are already hoarding most of the views. But I don't know. I see potential in it, but I definitely I couldn't like up my community from Twitch and go over there. If you're fresh and starting, you can try it, but if you already have something, don't make people change.
Right. Well, I mean, if for example, if Shroud came out today and he was like, all right, I'm switching over to Mixer, like, fuck Twitch, do whatever, I think probably 70% of his viewers would go check it out and, like, stay over there. And they'd probably still watch Twitch, but I think he'd have a huge following there as well, because he's already big,
if it's people that are like that, for sure. And then it depends on the viewers too. Like, viewers for Shroud, I don't think he should ever do. If a big streamer were to ever do that, they're going to lose a lot of people too, because people have invested in that Twitch channel. They have tenure as subscribers. Like, subscriber tenure is, like, if you've been a sub for like a year, you have a fresh badge and stuff, all those emotes. And to give all that up just to switch platforms that's a big move. That is a really big move.
You really alienate your community.
Yeah. And people that watch Twitch watch Twitch not only for one streamer, for everybody else. To have to pay attention to two different platforms is really hard. Like, you said that you don't ever go to Mixer. I don't ever go to Mixer. And I know people that stream on Mixer, but I don't even think about going to check their channel out.
Yeah, me neither.
Because it's
I have to be honest with you guys. I hadn't even heard of it before, so so you guys just introduced me to a whole new world.
Yeah, it's the competition with Twitch right now.
Maybe I can introduce you guys to something else though. Recently, so it doesn't matter how anyone's feelings is on this as far as what their stance is on gun control, but YouTube has been demonetizing any videos of, like, someone showing their gun and what like them shooting and, like, at a range, or someone cleaning their gun, just any information about guns is being demonetized all over YouTube. So this organization in Utah called the Utah Gun Exchange, they made a UGE tube. They made their own YouTube.
Huge tube.
And ironically, huge tube. Okay, it's like freaking Trump tube. But anyway, so it's called Huge Tube, and when you go there, it looks like, I don't know if they're gonna get a lawsuit or something, but it literally looks like 2014 YouTube a lot. Like, it's almost like the same thing. So a lot of those people are switching over there, and they're actually starting to see a lot of new content creators switching over there because their biggest slogan is broadcast freedom. So, like, do what you got to do and we'll support it and post it, blah, blah, blah. So I think there is other companies that are up and coming because of these terms of service that are starting to happen in Twitch and YouTube. So I think something like that could happen, and it's definitely worth looking into if there's someone out there that's thinking about starting
like a freshie.
Yeah.
Twitch is also not Twitch. I'm sorry. YouTube themselves have also taken away monetization of videos for people that aren't hitting a certain threshold now.
That's so crazy, man.
You have to have at least, I think it's like 1,000 subscribers. No matter what, you have to have X amount of subscribers and X amount of views to even begin to monetize. And that crushed up and coming channels.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember, funny enough, I was still partnered with Maker from back in the day for a while. I guess they kept on renewing my like 1 year contract, even though I was pulling zero views for a year. And I was like, don't you guys pay attention to this shit? What the hell? Like, I better not be affecting me in any way, shape, or form. But they sent me this like termination letter. They're like, you haven't done shit for like blah blah blah. I'm like, I thought
I'm aware.
Yeah, I had thought I opted out already. I guess not, but so I got a letter from them, and then I got a letter from YouTube AdSense, and they were like, your channel's not meeting the needs, blah 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 blah. You're now out of this too. Please retrieve your 50 cents you've earned in the last year. I'm like, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's how I learned about the thresholds now, which I guess you can look at it from two sides. First thing is it weeded out all the people that were in it for the money, that were super small.
Right.
Completely weeded them out because they were like, oh, how am I supposed to support myself now on my channel with 1,000 subs? I'm like, or like 500 subs. I'm like, dude, you were making pennies, man. Like, you can't. I've gone through the AdSense thing a million times over. You don't make money unless you are hitting like thousands and thousands of views on each video. You just, and it's not even significant unless you're hitting like the tens of thousands to the hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these people are all complaining. They're like, wow, I have no motivation anymore to do. I'm like, your motivation was money. You just outed yourself. Like, this is so bad. Right. But on the other side, Twitch with their affiliate program was a brilliant move because no matter what, Twitch is making a shit ton of money. If YouTube had done that, they would have made money, kept everyone's interest, and like thrived. They could have been a thriving place right now, but oh well.
I mean, I definitely think they're still thriving because they're just attached to Google. But
true, but I mean, more so than they would be. It's not as crazy as it was. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, all these new content creators are mostly trying to go to Twitch now, and I mean, people still upload to YouTube. I'm not going to say people aren't.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're still uploading there, but it's not anyone's main focus anymore. Almost, it seems like.
I've seen so many YouTube content creators now on Twitch. It's ridiculous. Like, people I used to look up to, and I still do, having brand new channels where no one is in right now, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, I could literally rate these people with my like pretty, like, in comparison to partners, insignificant numbers. In comparison to new streamers, look great. So I could rate these people and pull them into my community. And I kind of want to. Like, I saw the Screen Team on Angie and Chad. I love their content on YouTube. They get millions of views, and they're streaming Overwatch right now, and they get 10 viewers all night. I'm like, holy shit! Like, this is an opportunity.
It's a different beast.
Yeah, it's so cool, but it's also so like, why are they moving over? Like, so I see famous people moving over, so it's like interesting that they're not using YouTube streaming service. I thought they were tied into it, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Thien. Well, I had a lot of fun, man. I hope you did as well.
Absolutely. This is, I hope I wasn't stupid or gave you enough content. I don't know. This is so new.
It's a lot of fun.
You did awesome.
That, and I also hate my own voice. So.
Oh yeah.
I'll make sure and like drop the tone on the voice so you sound like a big bird.
Oh,
man.
sweet.
Like,
yes,
you sound like you're gonna be like, hey guys. Like, it's like, who's that guy? Is he like 8 feet tall?
And then you can have my viewers that are like, what the fuck did you do?
What the fuck did you do? Oh man. So Thien, if people want to reach out to you or check out your stream or contact you about Nerd Nation, stuff like that, how can they do that?
Best way is through Twitter is probably the most active social media I'm on at the moment. And if you just go to the stream itself, twitch.tv/The Asian Invasion X. Oh my God. I'm always, I try to be interactive as hell. And if I see a new name in chat, I'll always welcome you in. And from there, you can find links to everything.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure and get all the links up in the show notes on the podcast whenever it's out.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Other than that, any last thoughts?
No, just thank you so much for having me. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, man. For sure. All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, we would love to hear your feedback, which can be sent to coldonepodcast@gmail.com, or leave a review of what you thought on iTunes. It really does help us make this experience better for you, the listener. If you would like more contact with us, you can follow us on social media. Just look for @Cold1Podcast on Twitter and Facebook. All this information can be found at our website, actionsperminute.net. You can also get a hold of us pretty much every day by joining the APM Network Discord, which is also on the website. And lastly, if you like what we do, tell your friends, your family, your enemies, and coworkers about it. Thanks, guys, and remember, don't drink and drive.